Acnn News Update. The Primary Church of Nigerian Bishop Diocese of Abuja, the Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba, has stated that the devil does not determine the destiny of anyone, neither does his agents. According to the primate, the only one who has the authority to say anything man's destiny and it comes to pass is God Almighty. Primate Ndukuba gave this assertion during his sermon during the service of confirmation and enrollment of candidates into the Girls Guild, Women's Guild, Mothers Union of Maitama Archdeaconry held at St. Martha's Church, Maitama, Abuja. The primate also called on the candidates to allow themselves to be used by God and be examples of Christ in the environment. He further encouraged them not to give up their faith in the face of trials, hurdles, and challenges of life. According to him, it is through many tribulations that Christians can triumph into glory. President Muhammadu Buhari has mourned the senior officer and 3 other soldiers that were killed in a fierce encounter with ISWAP terrorists in Borno. Recall, the Nigerian Army had on Saturday announced the death of Brigadier General Zama Zekusu, the commander of the 28th Task Force Brigade, and 3 soldiers in a fierce encounter with the Islamic State West African Province ISWAP terrorists in Askira Uba local government area of the state. As after the incident, President Buhari hailed the gallantry of the victims, saying they paid the supreme price in the insurgency war. In a statement issued by the Senior Special Assistant to the President of Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, the President expressed shock over the incident. He said the loss has left the nation, the Nigerian Army in the South State, especially as the nation battles terrorism in the Northeast region. China is battling the spread of its biggest COVID-19 outbreak caused by the Delta variant. According to numbers announced, travelers from a city where infections have grown faster than elsewhere in the country have been subject to tough quarantine rules in nearby areas. Chinese authorities said 32 new domestically transmitted infections with confirmed symptoms have been reported. Suspected jihadists killed at least 19 Jadems and a civilian in an attack in northeast Burkina Faso. The Army Chief of Staff said in a statement that the pre-dawn attack, one of the deadliest to hit Burkinabe defense and security forces since jihadist violence erupted 6 years ago, left 20 dead, including a civilian. He said the Jadems resisted and fought bravely, adding that the survivors had been located with a search still underway for others. And in sports, the Premier League's bottom side, Norwich City, named former Aston Villa boss Dean Smith as their new head coach, tasked with saving them from relegation. The 50-year-old Smith, who was axed by Villa on November 7 after 5 successive defeats, takes over at Carrow Road on a 2.5-year contract. Smith succeeds Daniel Farke, who was sacked on November 6 with Norwich rooted to the bottom of the Premier League. Farke's spell ended on the day he led them to their first league win this season, a 2-1 success against Brentford. The chairman had overseen Norwich promotion from the Championship last season, but struggled to leave the club away from the Premier League relegation zone despite a host of new signings. Norwich's next Premier League game is at home to Southampton on November 20, and Smith said he could not wait to get going. And so that's the news update. Thanks for watching. I am Phoebe Agimenyu.
Beaming from the nation's capital, we bring to you the good news through various programming, news updates, worship, and teachings.
The paralysis of sin makes us to be separated from God.
Contact us for your live streaming solutions and event coverage, such as synods, conferences, seminars, revivals, and lots more. Engage us in showcasing your brand